Okay, I'm going to talk about Bitcoin ecosystem growth, fragmentation, and interoperability. Up. Okay. People keep telling me to hold the mic up, so. Okay, here we go. This is a Dune Analytics chart from Ordinal's activity over the last 18 months. You can see $4.3 billion in volume. We have almost 3 million trades across all of these marketplaces, 647,000 users. You can see the marketplace metrics here. The orange is Magic Eden, black is OKX, yellow is Unisat. So you can get a feel for different market dominance for Ordinal's marketplaces. Just by a quick raise of hands here, who owns an Ordinal? Okay, for those that can't see the audience, we're looking at maybe 20, maybe 50% Ordinals. Okay, what about a BRC20 token? Who owns a BRC20 token? Okay, we're looking at maybe 10, 15 out there. Okay, what about a Runes token? Who owns a Runes token? Ooh, Runes, anyone else? Runes, okay, a little bit fewer. All right, who owns Lightning on the Bitcoin on the Lightning Network? Bitcoin on the Lightning Network. 2? Anyone else? Bitcoin on the Lightning Network. Okay, so only a few of those. How many of you own a token on the Atomicals protocol? Atomicals protocol. Oh, we got one right there, 2 right there. Okay, anyone else? Okay, what about, let's see, what's another good one? Okay, what about Counterparty? Who owns a Counterparty asset? We're looking for OG Bitcoiners. Anyone else? Counterparty assets. Counterparty was a meta protocol on Bitcoin from 2013, 2014. The OG of NFTs and tokens on Bitcoin. I'm glad we had one back there. Over the last 18 months, we've had what people are calling a Bitcoin renaissance, or Bitcoin season 2, or the end of the great stagnation. Some people are calling 2017 to 2022 the great stagnation on Bitcoin. And whether you ascribe to that philosophy or not, we are seeing massive traction on Bitcoin. From builders, Bitcoin L2s, Bitcoin sidechains, state chains, spider chains. We're seeing lots of innovation around BitVM and CatVM, and it's a really, really exciting time to be in Bitcoin. So you're all in the right place. This is the place to be. Bitcoin is for builders again. And we've seen massive growth on the investment side, on the tech advancement side, and it's really, really exciting. All right. Next up, Bitcoin ecosystem fragmentation. So we're already seeing quite a bit of fragmentation in the Bitcoin ecosystem across meta protocols, across sidechains, across other kinds of DLC networks, across Lightning, and all of these other protocols. We're seeing user and liquidity fragmentation across the ecosystem. This is something we're also seeing on the Ethereum side between some of the top Ethereum L2s and Ethereum on the base chain, and we're seeing it across other blockchains as well. And so if you see here just on the screen, Ordinals, Runes, and BRC20 all over $1 billion in market cap, in total market cap. Runes might be slightly lower than that recently, I think, just as token prices go up and down. But you can see here just all the side chains, all the L2s, all of the meta protocols here, and I went light on this list. The list could be twice as long. So we are seeing some significant fragmentation across the Bitcoin ecosystem. One of the major problems here with liquidity and user fragmentation is we don't really have a good interoperability solution. If you look at existing interoperability protocols like Layer 0 or Wormhole or Axelar or Particle Network, or there are others, they can't support Bitcoin assets natively. And they can't support them because they use like omni-chain smart contracts that they deploy on all the destination chains, and you can't actually take these omni-chain smart contracts and deploy them onto Bitcoin. Bitcoin script is too limiting to do something like that, and even if we were to upgrade Bitcoin with something like Opcat or another opcode, you probably still wouldn't be able to do these kinds of smart contracts on Bitcoin. So you can't bridge these omni-chain assets to Bitcoin in a very good way, and you can't use these Bitcoin assets in any of these other interoperability systems. So, despite, or maybe because of all the growth we're seeing on the Bitcoin side, we're seeing a whole bunch of liquidity fragmentation. So this is a interesting solution, and it leverages a lot of this, kind of chain fusion tech that we've been talking about today. But there's a Bitcoin layer 0 idea where you take, you essentially have a node network, and that node network can handle things like message signing. It can handle things like oracles. And then you have kind of a middle chain execution layer where you can kind of facilitate or allow developers to build these omni-chain applications. So you could start to bridge in, all of these Bitcoin assets. You could bridge in assets from other places. And then developers could have like a really nice set of APIs to build these omni-chain applications. So this is like a vision for the future, and I've been really, really interested in this kind of idea right now. How can we enable interoperability across blockchains and across L2s and across rollups and sidechains and meta protocols on Bitcoin? This is a kind of a deeper dive on what this Bitcoin layer 0 protocol might look like. You might have, threshold signing. So there's a threshold signing subnet on ICP, and you can do ECDSA signatures. They're also adding EDDSA and Schnorr. Between those three signature types, you basically get 95% coverage across all blockchains. There's an idea of layer 0 calls them ultra light nodes, where you just grab the blocks when you need them, so you don't have to like sync a full node when you integrate a new blockchain. You could have indexers supporting all these meta protocols and like easily enable assets to move across chain. Essentially with some kind of threshold signing setup and oracles, that's basically what you need for cross-chain message signing. With this middle chain execution layer, developers can then build these omni-chain applications. So if you want to bring Bitcoin assets in, you can. If you want to bring Ethereum assets or Base assets or Blast assets or Solana assets, I think in the future the technology is going to kind of fade into the background, and you're just going to have assets. And you'll be able to interact with them however you want. And then, I've brainstormed on various security models for how we might, pull off something like a Bitcoin layer 0. And you could start, with like a phase 1 security, and then look to kind of upgrade that security with like a, phase 2, or maybe even eventually do some kind of trustless bridging setup integrated in this Bitcoin layer 0 setup. The opportunity here, and the reason why I'm talking about this kind of interoperability product or idea is, I think protocols like the Internet Computer Protocol are very well suited for this kind of idea. You have threshold signing, you have a Bitcoin light node on chain, you already have a wrapped version of Bitcoin. You have all of the protocol primitives that you need in order to enable cross-chain interoperability. So this is a slide on the opportunity for something like a Bitcoin layer 0 or a Bitcoin focused interoperability hub. Over here on the left, this is a to scale version of various market caps and tokens on the Ethereum side. And then on the Bitcoin side, you can see again to scale, except it's 6.25x. It's zoomed in by 6.25x. That means that the Bitcoin ecosystem is currently 6.25 times smaller than the Ethereum ecosystem in terms of ecosystem, which I'm defining as like ERC20s, ERC721s, fungible tokens and NFTs and other L2s on the blockchain. So when you compare Ethereum to Bitcoin, Bitcoin's market cap is 3 times bigger than Ethereum's, but the ecosystem is 6 times smaller. And so to me, that's a massive opportunity for people building on Bitcoin, everyone here building on Bitcoin, because we have an opportunity here to redefine how people think about Bitcoin and to build applications and interesting things that inherit some of the security and decentralization and censorship resistance of Bitcoin itself. So I hope you enjoyed this deep dive, and thank you.